Hey, welcome back, everyone. So I didn't started the recording earlier. The price was really coming back lower, and I thought, well, I'm gonna jump on some trades, and when there's a setup coming up, I'm gonna start doing the recording. So this is my trade currently. So I put some entry reasons why I entered here. So we can see this is what we talked in the morning. So that on my market update, so I expected ETH, Bitcoin, coming back into this order block, and if it rejects that, it might come back and retest this trap trader zone. So it's actually came back and retested the trap trader zone. Why? What I was waiting as well for entry is it came back. I was not hoping, but I was expecting a little bit touch more into this zone, but on 15 minutes it stayed just above. It's created a double top. And I expected the price to come back now, create another high, and then creates a higher low, and that's what I'm gonna enter. So this is what exactly it did. Okay, so we can see it double bottom, it came back, pushed up. If this would created higher low here, that would be the entry, but it didn't. It came back. It's created higher low here. We can see on the wicks if we zoom in. Okay, this is higher than that, so technically it was, but I didn't enter there, so I entered there. So now what I'm expecting is volume to come in, push through this neckline. Once it breaks this neckline, okay, once it breaks this neckline, I would expect it gonna go much higher. Then again, we're gonna have to start seeing what's gonna happen on 1 hour to identify where it can go, because on 15 minutes it's at the 50 EMA. So if it rejects that with a hammer, it means it's doesn't want to break this level, doesn't want to break this order block, and it might just reverse. The price might reverse. Currently my readings are that because they don't want to break below multiple occasions now, okay, we have trap traders like multiple places, we have low, we have higher low, if this confirms the trend, it needs to break above this level. So that's my idea. That's what I'm looking. So, but let's have a look on higher time frames, what we have, and so we can see what is happening. So this is what we see. Let me quickly remove this so it doesn't show up there. So, okay. What we see is the trap trader zone. Okay, this is what we talked in the morning as well. So with trap traders, they hold the traders in. They came back. They don't want to release these guys. The next week as well, they came. There's a couple of weeks actually coming back into this week, but they're not releasing them. So it means that maybe they want to do something else, and that's the whole reason why I was looking on that 15 minutes W here. Okay, so that's the W. And it's gonna push up. So what's my exit target? I'm gonna see how price reacts here. If it breaks this level and closes above, I'll move my stop loss to break even. Until then it stays, because in technically also it can just come back up here, create another high low, and then push up here. So if they need more momentum, they're gonna push it up, then come back for another higher low. So then again, it can reject this and just come back for all these liquidation levels. So we just have to see how things will play out. So currently they are playing out slowly. So UK might bring some volume in, and we'll see. So let's quickly review what else we have here. Bitcoin is exactly the same place. There is no real, this was really aggressive entry. There is no real direction currently. The Bitcoin does the same thing as ETH. Have a look on the small time frame. So this was actually your entry as well on 5 minute entries. What we look is like push back the previous high, creates a fair value gap, comes back, retests in the fair value gap, and this was hammer into fair value gap, higher low, and it's still aggressive entry after this W. Okay, so we can see there is W, and the W, what it is, it's low and it's higher low. So That's it. That's what it is. And that would be another entry. So same again, ETH, not ETH, but Bitcoin as well. It didn't came into my order block supply zone here. It just came below, but the same process happened. Okay, small scalp trade all the way down into this top trader zone. It came back into the top trader zone. Retested that multiple times. It's you can see how they don't want to push below. Coming back up and then just push up. So same again, we have to see how it reacts above this neckline. It needs to be above, it needs to break above the neckline with the volume, retest the 255. The 255 starts spinning up, then that means good. Currently, it's a game of probabilities, and I think that was the biggest thing for me to also understand, because I always tried to predict the market and trying to be the guy who knows where it goes. You can't know where it goes. Yes, when you become much better with everything, and then you can plan and your strategy works better, you can get more trades, but overall we all need to remember that it's a game of probabilities. So same again, this morning we talked about if it comes back into this zone, rejects, then we expect probably coming back down lower. If not, they're going to push it through this zone, come back into this zone. If they don't want to release these traders, they're going to create another lower high here, and then we're going to go down, because this is a 4-hour M. So anyway, that was done in the morning. So let's have a look what they have on the others. Same on Avalanche. Okay, Avalanche is pushing up here, so it's broke above the neckline. As long as it breaks above the neckline, there is also an order block on 15 minutes here, so it needs really push and collect all these. H-bar and H-bar, so again, so it's created higher low. As long as it breaks above this neckline, we should be absolutely fine into this order block here. Okay. So talking about, I'm just doing my way, so it might be completely different from you guys, but it works for me. I find them easy to get these areas, get the levels as I need, and the correct read for me. So looking also on 4 hours, it's above 10 EMA. So if this holds 50 and holds 10, and it's just going to go up higher. So then we just have to start sitting on understanding where is the end of the move, and before its higher time frame is going to retrace back down. So okay, so let's have a look on a link. They all generally go on a little bit on the same ways. So holding 50, it hasn't pushed as much. ETH also is rejecting 50 EMA on 15 minutes. But yes, it needs a small retrace before it's going to go up, or it's going to reverse that. So the guys, why I'm doing all these videos, I'm doing all these videos for myself mainly, on the journey to show what I do, how I trade, meet like-minded people as well, help other traders who struggle, because the struggle is real. You go through this journey, you have to master yourself, you have to find yourself, and that's when you get other side of everything. So it has been an interesting journey for myself as well. So and that's why I made the commitment. Okay, let's start recording this journey, because you'll want to look back and see what you have achieved and the community you have built, because I want to meet like-minded people and trade with people together and achieve the greatest success together. So there's nothing better feeling than you helping somebody else out and they having this massive success because you help them in one or other way. So, and by sharing my journey, my struggles, like this is my whole idea. So currently this is like a live session, talking about what are my trades, what I'm doing and how I'm doing. But essentially there will be some videos like going through and showing everything else, and explaining the lessons, going through the journals, emotions, traumas, like losses, wins, and then see how it reflects to other people as well. So on top of that, if you want to trade somewhere crypto, there is a 20% rebate on all trading fees in BITGET if you're registered to BITGET with the link from the description. So so that's another thing. While we're talking about this, we're looking on Doge. There's pushback. If it wants to go up higher, we definitely need to see some volume. Other coins are there, same again. It creates, nice hammer rejections. 2 hammers like Doji. I call it hammer, Dragon Doji, whatever it's called. It's pushing up. They definitely want to hold this level. So, I would expect this to go higher now. Sui's did its run. It's coming back down. So where Sui can end, maybe in this order block. Okay, that's where it can end up. But then again, there is like loads of fair value gaps here, so that he can stop and reverse in any of these fair value gaps. So this fair value gap is also aligned with this 50 EMA. So maybe that's going to push up here. But saying this, if the market's going to go up higher now, then I would expect that Sui is going to pull with them. So, but looking on this chart, Sui didn't react the same way as other charts. So they pushed up, and it's just coming back down. So there was no manipulations, no liquidations. So, which is all around. This was clear downtrend. Same again. So high, lower high. Broke the neckline, okay, and it's coming back down. So to understand where this guy can stop is there's an order block here. Order blocks as well, guys. These are my order blocks, which I've found that works for me. When you master the strategies, you have to find that works for you, and it can be completely wrong for one guy, and it can be completely wrong for other guy, and it can be completely right for you. And you have to actually find what works for you. So, and this works for me. So I find these areas, mark them, and I combine them with other things, and that works for me. And if it rejects this one and it breaks through, then I mark the next one, because okay, they collected all these orders, and then they're gonna go to the next one. So because this fair value gap, it was like multiple rejections here. Okay, we can say the fair value gap is here, but all these wicks were just about the fair value gap, and then it's escalated. So they said, okay, we'll keep these orders in, but now they came and blasted it through. So if it's holds this level, creates another high low, and it just might reverse there. So, but there's an M formation, so we're high, low. And if it can create another lower high here, it can just continue go down. So, and this is typically actually it's great to see this, because after all the runs we're gonna have this. Even all the best altcoins and any other coins, they all have these runs, and then they need to come back. They need to recharge, collect more liquidity, and then just go up again. So this is how it goes. Same way is opposite. Once the rune is the people cashing out, or it's coming back down, so it needs to come back and recharge again. So anyway, so let's see what we have. Okay, so you see ETH is not pushing, so there's some rejections of these areas here. So, but it's broke about the EMA. So now we just have to see if it's wants to hold this and go up higher. So okay, if the volume starts coming in, we'll be absolutely fine. So yes, so that's how I trade, guys. There's nothing special about these things. I just mark my areas, put the notes on, so I can understand my trade ideas. But everything else in trading is important. How you slept, how is mood, and what you eat, and exercises, and your well-being and mental health. Everything is extremely important for you to understand yourself. So because this is why I said the trading is a journey. So trading journey for greater success, for greatness, self-finding. So that's is very, very important. But you become this better person, you know, you become calmer. You know, I do meditations, journaling. You become this much calmer person in process of becoming successful trader. And if you talk with majority of traders, they all have these skills to be, you know, calm in the pressure. But they all went through the same struggles, you know, all the doubts, confidence issues and everything else that's passed with that. So all of these things are part of the journey. So you have to be willing to find yourself. So okay, so on the trade, it probably needs to hold this level or drop a little bit lower, but not too much. I didn't get the volume in as I wanted. As you know, I have multiple screens. Like I'm just looking 2 coins there, Bitcoin, ETH and Bitcoin, and then I have my trading dashboards on left, and then this is my main screen where I chart everything and look. So, but the good thing is it's broke above 50. You know, if it retests this, area, we'll be absolutely fine. But we have hammer rejection, we have lower high below 255 and below 50 EMA, which is actually bearish. We'll see. You know, once I made the commitment to trade, I stay in the trade, because some of the biggest challenges I been having is that I got into trades and really good trades, and then, you know, the price coming back, and it's like it's coming back here. It's like, oh, I'm gonna close before it stop off. So I close the trade, and it just escalates into like 50 to 1, and he was like, oh, okay. And then you just sit on the sideways and watch how the trade plays out without you on the board. So that was one of the biggest things for me to overcome. It's also one of the reasons why I'm doing the videos, because once I'm committed to this trade, I'm staying in this trade. You know, I'm talking to you, recording this video. This is actually helps the thought process become much clearer, calmer, more structured. Like you talk about the ideas, what you have, it's not in your head, and because you're focused purely on this, it's much easier. You don't get sidetracked with other things, and you don't start thinking about other things. You purely looking on charts. That's it. That's, yeah, Bitcoin as well. So same again. Let's see if it comes back into this zone here, holds this zone or this zone, because that's the fair value gap there. So if it breaks through, if it breaks below and retests lower, then we might be going lower. So okay, while we wait for the price to happen, we're gonna look quickly through other coins, see what's happening here. So looking on an ICP, we have an 1 hour W here. Okay, so that's the W, holding the level. Nice, it's broke the neckline, so it needs to break above 50 and come back and retest for 50. So that would confirm as the trend, but if it rejects here, it can come back. But then again, if it rejects, comes back and creates another higher low, we'll probably gonna go up higher. So 4 hours, what we're looking at 4 hours is, you know, nice hammer rejection, then there is a double bottom, as well, and bullish engulfing candle. So not completely bullish engulfing, but pretty bullish. Looking also on this is we have, you know, drop trader zone, which is perfect for, you know, perfect for retest entry. Aggressive entry is like you enter on there. ICP, and let's have a look. So what does the ICP tell us on the weekly? Okay, so weekly, yeah. So, you know, if you're looking on this chart, we're at 3, and looking at this chart, it's clear downtrend. So on the weekly, but there is a glimpse of volume and push coming in. So we are just closing above the EMAs on a daily, which is great. 4 hours as well. So, you know, nice push. Nice trend. So if you were not here, then you missed all this move. What do we have here? So, you know, 72%, not bad. So where is this? Okay, so monthly, you know, not bad. There is some greens. We can see some greens on weekly. ICBs did 42% on the last week, so not bad. So, and now this looks like wants to go up higher. So because we do have this drop trader zone again. If this wanna change, it's also gonna be on 1 hour. So we're gonna put it down to 1 hour. So if you wanna, if this want to push higher or change the directions now, change the trend, then this is gonna come back here, and it's gonna do like this, because then this is gonna be 4 hour M formation, then it's gonna create another lower high, and then it's gonna go down. So, but if it wants to push higher, then it's definitely gonna go through this drop trader zone. So ICP is actually looking really, you know, that was 7 o'clock in the morning, so, you know, I would expect this to go higher. You know, I expect. I don't say it's gonna go, because nobody knows what they want to do. So there is this zone as order block as well. So, you know, supply zone. So this is like 4 hour supply zone on 4 hours. Okay, so first it needs to get through that. Once it gets through that, then the next is this area here. So I actually like it. You know, this would be really nice. So if you're looking at 15 minutes, you see how it's came back. 15 minutes hammer holding the levels. If you're looking 5 minutes, it's going to be another high low. So that's for your entry, and you would be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice trade. So it's broke the neckline already, holding above, EMAs facing up. So nice. I like it. So Sol, nothing much I can say for Sol at the moment. There is no direction. So BNB is the same as ETH and Bitcoin, you know, very similar ways. So now it needs to push above 654. What is Zcoin? Zcash, some short opportunities was there this morning, so it didn't follow the same processes. So there's, you see, high, low, shorts, where the shorts can end. You know, maybe in this zone. Why it's in this zone? You know, they collected some of the orders, but, you know, there's nothing really stopping. Maybe this area here, this candle, because it's been having multiple rejections. For some reason, this candle had multiple rejections. So, you know, maybe it's going to stop on here and goes higher. Otherwise, it's going to probably fall down lower. So what do we see on ETH? ETH looks like it's coming back down. So ADA, okay, same on ADA needs the volume. Okay, Jupiter, okay, high, low. Okay, so if it starts coming back down, breaks below this level, then we're going down. Pendle, okay, interesting. Just a downtrend. Virtual Ondo. Okay, so Ondo as well, so we can see it's a clear information but for us to confirm the change of the trend, it needs to break below the neckline and retest on the neckline. So this would be looking like this, because if this is the change of the trend, then that's how it's going to look. So it's going to come back, do like this, and do like this. That's going to be when change of the trend. But this is very can't say bearish. This is the formation I'm looking, so information, to confirm that it's there. So, and it's not, it's really big rejection, two rejections. We can see one rejection on 4 hour, and there's another humble rejection there. So if this closes below this level, below 50 EMA or so, then I would expect this is going to coming back down. So Ondo, so Jito, I don't even know all these kinds. So Tau as well, PMS, but very bullish in 4 hours, bullish on an hour. So I would expect this to push up higher. Hype again, high, low, low. It's broke the neckline, so it might come back, retest 50, 200 EMAs on an hour, and then just come back down. Hype. So with not much to say on a whiff. Look at this liquidation. So I'll probably gonna move with, because I'm not gonna trade with. I don't want to trade anything that is high risk, and people say high risk, high reward. Yes, but with the market conditions as we have currently, the lack of liquidity in all the crypto space, that's one candle can liquidate quickly you. So let's see. We have some volume coming in, so let's see, what do we have? Okay, so it's going back. Now let's push above here and then push above all of this. That would be great. Great to see. So nice. Okay, let's have a look. It's came back into this demand zone. Anything that is in the middle between, like one, this is meant to be red candle, but for me it's blue. Anything that comes in between all of these candles, one candle in between, that's a supply or demand zone, depends which direction it goes. It's came back, collected more orders here, because that's like indecision mode. So it means they left some orders behind, so they came back, collected it. Done, and it applies to the old time frame. So this is something is nice to see now. The volume is coming in. What else we can take? Do we have any others? So maybe we can take this as a trade. But again, don't rush in because one asset is going. Don't rush in. It needs to meet the criteria. So technically this has met the criteria, because we have high, low, high, higher high, because it's actually broke above. So and then we have low high here. So the trend is changing up, because we have this point, this point, this point, this point. So it goes up, and that's how it's like. Just mark, like, and understand what it does, follow the trend. So that's what I do. It's like balancing out. So Bitcoin is stopping. Okay, so Bitcoin came back to the zone I marked in. So. And that's created another high and low, so that's technically was your entry to long. What do we see on Bitcoin? I'm trying to still, there was a trading light. There was another platform we used before to read the liquidation levels, not liquidation levels, but orders, because these are spot orders, and we can see there's some orders above, but really the large orders are below. No, these are actually, these are not, these are perps. These are liquidation levels here, so there's lots of orders below. There's not much above. The only ones, really, the big ones are 82,500. 82,500. 82,500. There's some stop losses here, so, and that's just above this one. So, yep, there you go. That's where the liquidation levels are. So, from this website, there's nothing else. If they want to get the price up, I think that's what they're gonna do. So still trying to really grasp all of this. I learned about this, that it shows you market orders that were triggered on this candle on this level. So there was 491, so 591, so 7. You see, these were just triggered, and because this is longs and these are shorts, so there was 8 bitcoins long and 2 shorts, so that's why the price pushed up. So now we have 15 bitcoins short and 4 long, so it means that the price is going to go down because it's just triggered these orders. That's how it's meant to be. Let's have a look on the price on 15 minutes, and we can see how it's changed, because the price went full, and then there was market orders coming back down, so that the price pushed down. So, and then there is next orders here, so we can see 18 and 10. So technically, this should drop. You know, it did drop again. So, because the shorts were much more than the longs. And we are at the crucial points as well, so it needs, you know, if the market maker wants to really push the price higher, they need to push through all these short orders, collect the liquidity, you know, and go up. So there's no news events today, so this is going to be pure trading day with no news. So okay, so let's have a look what else we have there. So, and this is 5 minute candles. This is 5 minutes candles. Okay, so why did it go up now? So there are some orders, and this is what I couldn't see, because yes, it triggered, so it doesn't feed the whole data, I believe, on this one. Because we should be able to see that there is much more long orders than shorts for the price to go up. 1 minute. Let's see what 1 minute says. Same again, we have shorts here. There are no orders in this candle. All the orders are disappeared. So the next candle, the longs are more. Just above the price, below the price, this is shorts. Shorts just got triggered. I'm just talking to you guys because the same way as like I'm reading, I'm trying to understand exactly what is it telling us, because it doesn't react always the way it's so expected to show things. So the trading light was different. In the same way, it was better designed, but the devs pulled the plug and run away last year or just before. Yeah, it was a great website. This is free, but that one had to be paid. Trading Light was paid version. This is free version. So what do we see? ETH has a massive rejection of the 50 EMA on 15 minutes, you see. It's came back pushed up, collected some liquidity. Some people who went short here, they got liquidated. Now if it's enough, the price is gonna reverse here. So if it's not enough, they're gonna probably change direction soon. But looking on this, it's creating another lower high. So lower high, yes, lower high, and but we'll see. So 1 hour, well, we have 3 minutes left. You know, so many things can change in 3 minutes. So many things can change. So anyway, guys, I'll be finishing. I'm in the trades. I'm gonna update the trades later. I'm gonna post what's the outcome of these trades. We're gonna review them later in the US session. So this is, you know, if this turns into a hammer, it's absolutely fine. But you know, we expect a little bit push, pullbacks, and where the real change would happen, we'll see. You know, the game of probabilities. So I might have another video coming in, you know, trading in US. So I didn't pay attention for this, but then it's same again. So this probably could have been entry somewhere on these. This was the entry, winning or losing, I don't know. So but this was the other entry on here. But yes, you know, HBAR is pushing up. It's rejected the zone twice. It needs really push to actually get through all this zone. But it's created high, low. You know, it's actually created lower, low. So this creates higher high above this. Then you know, I would expect it's going to go higher. So anyway, so I'll see you around, guys, on the next one when the session starts. US, probably I'm gonna go US as well. So I'll see you there. Ciao, ciao.